Earlier, we took the $1,000 challenge to give this house street appeal without causing a budget blowout. So what's next? The next job is to eliminate that trip hazard. Now, you could lift and replace this path, but we would blow our budget. I've got a simple, easy, and cheap alternative. What I've got here is a demo saw. Now, you can hire one for about $100 a day, and if you're a competent DIYer, they're not too scary. We're just cutting out the parts of the old path where there's a trip hazard and replacing the bits we've removed with second-hand bricks. And because they're old and a little bit battered, they're more sympathetic to the existing path. Now, you can get these guys for about 50 or 60 cents each. We're also adding a header course along the side that ties the whole look together and makes the path a bit wider too. It's important to sponge the cement off before it sets. It's a lot easier to clean. Isn't it, Daxy?
That's right, Hodgie.
And what I'm doing to continue the theme is I'm going to go around these two existing roses and square up the garden beds, just making the lawn a little bit easier to maintain and keeping the plants where they're meant to be, in the garden beds. The fence is looking fantastic, but we can go one step further and give it a really nice detail. Now, with an off-cut of 90 by 90 treated pine, which matches these posts, I've made these beautiful little cubes. Now, all I need to do is go around the edges with a pencil and my finger and trace some lines. I'm going to use an electric plane, but if you're not that confident, you can use a belt sander to create the edge. I've mirrored that on the top of the post. Simply put it there and screw it down. Just because we're on a budget doesn't mean we want people to know it. These stairs here are a really great spot to make a statement. That's why I'm using sandstone. For less than $200, I can dress this place up from a home, make it look more like a manor. One of the cheapest and easiest things to give your garden a facelift is to paint old paths with paving paint. It's fast drying, easy to apply, and it gives the whole place a new, fresh look. Well, I don't have much money left, but I've spent nearly all of it on plants. And I've got a euphorbia here called Diamond Frost. Now, the reason I picked it is because underneath the rose, which has also got white flowers, this is going to shine nearly all year round. So when you prune this back and it's looking a bit bare, this is going to draw people's eye. And I'm going to plant it with a lomandra next to it called Sharon. It's a bluey-grey foliage. It only gets to about 400 or 500 mil tall, but this will be a sea of plants and it'll be weed-free because it'll be so thick and dense. And a couple of cheap terracotta pots with the same planting that's underneath the roses really present the front of house as best as possible. Simple and easy, anyone can do this. Wow, I know what you're thinking. He couldn't have done that for $1,000, but you can. You just got to be clever with your money. Take the fence. It cost me $175. We reused the gate, we used some timber and some paint. The path here and the sandstone steps, well, they were $340, and the saw hire, $100. But it looks $1 million. $240 went on the plants and the pots, but you need to spend money on plants because it's got such a big impact. So there was $145 left. Well, $135 went on incidentals, like sand, cement, the mulch, some soil, and some turf. So there's $10 left over for a little old me to buy my dinner. But when it comes to job satisfaction, I guarantee you, you can't put a price on it.